Welcome to the channel. This is Coach Charles on the Soccer Benchmark. Now, football does not disappoint. And sometimes I ask myself, what will I be doing if I'm not enjoying football? Because day 3 of the Champions League had one of the biggest and one of the best games in this week's Champions League fixtures. And I'm loving the league phase because you get to see big clubs meeting at this stage, and lo and behold, did we see a game and a half. That was a beautiful game, and I can assure you, whatever you're going to hear today will blow your mind because this is a game that was won on very interesting grounds. Now, before we go on, if you've not subscribed, this is the moment, because we are building this thing day by day, brick by brick. And I welcome everyone who has a comment, who has an issue. Please share at the end of the video. Now, Barcelona against Bayern Munich. This was billed as the biggest match of day 3, and it did not disappoint. And in my previous video, when I was doing the preview, I had predicted that Barcelona will be too strong for Bayern and they will win 3-2. And I was wrong. But the win was there for Barcelona, and it was such a convincing win. 4-1 on the night with an early goal. And I remember saying that whoever scores first wins this game, and that is exactly what happened. Because once Barcelona scored that first goal from Raphinha, then it was now Bayern having to push for a reply. And I think that is where the game was lost. Because both teams were coming in from big matches over the weekend. They already had big wins. Remember, Barcelona had a 5-1 win over the weekend. Bayern, on the other hand, had a 4-0 win. So these are two teams that were coming in with form on their side, and they were scoring goals for fun. Looking at the statistics of this game, and it is very interesting to note that Bayern had the lion's share of possession. They had over 60% of possession. Barcelona, on the other hand, had just 40%. Bayern had over 500 passes, with 494 of them being very accurate passes. Barcelona keeper had 2 saves, and Bayern keeper did not have any save on the day. With only 4 shots on target, Barcelona scored 4 goals. That was a clinical demonstration of football. Because they were very clinical, they got the chances and they scored the goals. It means that they did not need to do much in the game. They only needed to get the 4 chances and score. And that is exactly what happened. So they had 4 shots on target to Bayern's 3. Pity Harry Kane though, because he had a goal in, but damn brother, that long tour of yours just cost you a goal. And that is exactly what happened. And Barcelona did not stop there. They kept pushing with 40% possession. I think they were comfortable with that. Now, there are 5 things that we noted in this game, and that is exactly what we are going to talk about. Number 1, Barcelona's young midfield. Barcelona had a midfield averaging 21 years. They were all 21 years, the 3 of them. If you throw Yamal and Raphinha in the mix, who is 17, that is a very young midfield. What did Bayern offer on the other hand? They had 2 29-year-olds in Kimmich and Palhinha, and Müller, who was playing a 10, who is 35 years old. Now, that was a tragedy because these boys outran the Bayern midfield. They were pressing, they were running, they were passing, and most of their passes were direct. They did not give the Bayern Munich midfield or creative midfielders to do anything with the ball because they were energetic, they were good, and the goals that were scored all came from midfield. The passes that were provided were super passes. Lamine Yamal had 1 assist, and Fermin Lopez. This was a very good demonstration of talent in midfield, because this boy had 2 assists and he was all over at the Bayern Munich defense. He made Upamecano look pathetic in defense. Now, Barcelona's young midfield basically dribbled past the Bayern players. You will see that Lamine Yamal had over 6 dribbles, and all of them were successful. He will drop deep and pick the ball, and what he did is basically to dribble towards the Bayern goal. These boys have a future to go. Because if they play together for many years, and even the substitution that came in, they were also very, very young players with very good technical skills, very hungry, and very good. You will see even Dani Olmo does not even get a starting role anymore, because Flick has made it possible for these young boys to be able to enjoy themselves and start. So the young midfield of Barcelona basically played a big role in their win. Number 2, Kompany's tactical infancy. I think Kompany is not ready for this role, to be honest, because coming from Burnley, which had a big budget in the championship, I think they walked over every team. Then they came to the Premier League and they were relegated back immediately. It doesn't make a coach good. Bayern decided to risk on him, on his services, and look what got them. Because having to play a Müller in such a game and leaving Musiala on the bench, I think that was a mistake. Musiala is one of the best ball technicians that I know of, and this kid is hungry. This kid is direct. This kid has the energy to burn. So why would you start Thomas Müller, Harry Kane, players with advanced ages? So I feel the Müller aspect did not go well. Musiala would have done a better job. Now, Olise is equally good, but Olise does not have the experience of the Champions League. He just joined from Crystal Palace, so he's not ready for this level. Playing Kimmich as a number 6, it's not a bad decision per se, but Kimmich is a very good right back. I think the coach would have played Goretzka instead with Palhinha, and Goretzka is a very good passer of the ball. He's a good technician. He knows how to play in spaces and pockets, and is able to create a lot of goals. So having Kimmich and Palhinha meant that Bayern basically came in this game wanting to defend. So Kompany's tactical acumen and choices of the starting 11, I think that is a negative to the team, and that is what let Bayern down on the night. Number 3, Raphinha. Now, he was just unplayable on this night. The boy was so good. His runs, his takes, his goals. This was a complete performance by Raphinha. Coming from Leeds United, and he's already wearing the armband. It shows the level of talent and quality of this player. And for the coach to be able to entrust him with the armband in Barcelona that belonged to Messi, meaning that this means that this player is doing something right. And we saw it on the night with the goals. And in fact, he did not just score with his left foot or his favorite left foot. He even scored with his right foot. So this is a player that really gave us a night to remember. And I think Barcelona going forward will enjoy. And you can see even what the coach has done with him. He's moved him from the right wing to the left wing. So he's basically able to cross. He's basically able to run on his strong foot. This is a good tactical change by Flick. Flick is a very direct coach. He knows how to handle egos, and I think that is what he's done by bringing in young players into the team. He has ensured that the team is able to have that flow. Number 4, tiki-taka is gone. Barcelona no longer possess the ball for the sake of possession. The way City will possess for over 700 passes, Barcelona are ready to let you have the ball, but when they get it, they make good use of it. And that is exactly what we saw in the night. They had 40% possession compared to Bayern 60. Now, the cream of them all, Lamine Yamal. He did not score. He assisted, though, 1 goal. But his presence and his work rate in this team just makes me like this kid even more. He will be able to drag the defenders out of position, and he will make those half turns with the ball. He will dribble past players. He will give very good passes, and his pass that led to a goal was a very good pass. And this kid is only 17 years old, so you can see that he has the future right in front of him. So the Barcelona of Messi has replaced Messi with another wonder kid in Lamine Yamal. Another one that I would like to talk about is Fermin Lopez. This kid also did a very good job in midfield. He was unplayable. In fact, he had 2 assists in the game, and you can imagine they are 17 and 21 years old respectively. In many ways, Bayern is a very good team, but on this night, Barcelona showed the world that they are ready for the Clasico. Remember, El Clasico is in the coming weekend, and I think that is going to be a very beautiful game. You can also note that Real Madrid also came from behind to win, and that was also another classic game. And if you now imagine that we are going to have an El Clasico after these 2 performances, I think this is going to be mouth-watering. This is going to be a game like the old Clasicos of Messi and Ronaldo. Do you have a different or contrary opinion? Let me know in the comments. Share with me. Give me a like. Now, I'm looking for your subscription. And this is a moment for you to take a minute and subscribe to the channel. Let's keep playing football. Raphinha way.